And it's been eventful.
Oh, God.
No doubt. I mean, just look at, like, when we all scrambled right there, looking back, when I killed my bird, looking back at us scrambling in that road, all four of us. It wasn't like me and Cole scrambling to hide. We're hiding four grown men. You don't. That's the funny part. That's the stuff we remember.
Well, yeah, and so I guess before we get into that, the story aspect of it, how would you describe your guys' style of turkey hunting, Zach?
Non-patiently running and gunning. And I know that running and gunning word it's thrown around a lot with turkey hunting. But I mean that's what we do. We chase the hot birds, the ones that want to play. Obviously we can pump the brakes a little bit if we need to. If it's if we're not having any luck, or we find a specific bird that we just want to stick with, but for the most part, we run and gun. We truly run and gun until we find that one that wants to play. And most of the time, pardon my French, but we have a lot of old shit moments, and we pile up under a bush somewhere, and hopefully he didn't catch us before we got under the bush.
Yeah,
I mean that's well, you've been here, and 6 days, and how many times have we done that already?
5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
But that's the good moments.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the
I mean,
best
how
part.
fun would it be
you're
to be sitting there just looking down your gun barrel for 45 minutes, knowing he's coming?
And there's nothing wrong with the guys that hear a bird on that hillside right there, and they go up there and
they fool with him all day.
They fool with him all day. That's cool.
That's successful too.
Yeah, you can kill birds that way, but it's not how we like to hunt. It's not how we have fun turkey hunting. The way we hunt, if the birds that Zach was talking about don't want to cooperate, we're still dropping pins on those birds, and the running part starts right there, because we'll leave those birds and run to a bird or find a bird that's hopefully going to cooperate. If he doesn't cooperate, if we don't find any birds, we're always swinging back later on in the morning to the birds we pinned early that didn't want to cooperate, and we usually get them fired back up 2 or 3, 4 hours later. And that's the running and gunning part. There's all kinds of ways to turkey hunt, but for us, the fun for me and Zach is, and you've been with us for 3 days now, is taking off and getting in the birds and trying to get in. You hear everybody talking about that bubble of these turkeys, these gobblers, and it's just trying to get in that bubble.
Oh, yeah.
And it's an absolute hoot. I mean, I can't explain how much I look forward to it every year. I look forward to it so much I was late the first day.
He slept in.
I couldn't even sleep, man. When I fell asleep, I felt like I was,
We have a really good time turkey hunting the way we turkey hunt. Like he said, you got multiple ways you can kill them,
And I think it's exactly what I wanted from when I was tagging along on day one. Zach was like, "Hey, just FYI, I'm the shooter today," and I was like, "No, man, that's like 100% what I wanted. Like, I wanted to be involved, and I'm not trying to paint you to be an ass, but like,
wow.
but that's what I wanted was to be there, be involved, and just really learn how your guys' style is, and to be able to hunt. And I've always been on the other side of it, where it's more of, I'm just trying to find a bird, and once I find one that gobbles, I'll play with them for a while. And watching how you guys do it, and I mean, if that bird don't want to play for 15 minutes, you're moving on.
We're gone.
And it was like weird to me, like it gave me like anxiety a little bit.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Yesterday when we saw that bird cross the road in front of us, and then he was at like 50 yards, and he was kind of just around on that hillside, and we just decided, we're just going to go. He doesn't want to play. But I was like, oh, my God, I would never leave this turkey. I'd lay here all day.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
And we just left.
yeah. I mean, he was like 70 yards
Yeah.
from us, but he just didn't want to play. He didn't want to gobble, and he probably would have came out to one side or another before closing time. But you're like, nope, not the game we want to play. We're out.
Now we're
and just start walking down. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
That's a good example because, like,
Yeah, it is.
you know, with Cole and I sat over and I said, dude, he's just not wanting to do it, man. I said, if he gobbles, we'll fool with him. But if he's not, I mean, when we saw him just picking around and, you know, but he just wasn't doing it.
Now, we do have the opportunity to do that. Some places you don't have the opportunity to do that. You know, you don't have the acreage, you don't have the access. You know, we, especially down here, and I like but even like in Virginia, like when you go to Virginia, we still run a gun.
Yeah.
When we go to Kentucky, we run a gun. But I can see, just not from so much personal experience, but just watching other YouTubers and stuff, watching other shows, how, you know, you get down in Alabama and you find one turkey that gobbles, you might want to just stick right by his side, you know, and play his game.
And that's kind of the way it has been in PA and a lot of the areas that I hunt, where the population had been down so much. It's like, you hear one gobble, you better, like, that may be your chance for the day, and you got to put effort in. So there's definitely situations to it, but there's also, you know, as it's been getting better over the last 3 years, I'm like, I'm gonna use a little bit, maybe more of a hybrid approach of doing that. Maybe, you know, wait things out a little bit longer.
Set you a time limit.
But yeah, but not, you know, going all in on an area. And that was, I mean, that's the way my grandpa has hunted, you know, for years. Now he likes to find one bird that he wants to hunt. But in years past, you know, he'd ride around and find spots, call, nothing moved, next spot, call, and be able, because you're trying to get as many at bats as possible. And like with your guys' style of hunting, there are chances that you're going to screw up because you're being super aggressive and you're going that, but you keep. I'm not talking down on you, John.
We know,
but like,
We know.
just keep. But you have so many at bats because you're always moving and going on that it works out, and that's.
you just got to keep hammering at it.